fool. Sabrel. Gorik. Verika. Vindvolley. Vindvolley.
Hey guys, and welcome to Seriously Sims. My name is Starletta, Star for short, and today we are going to be playing Sims Medieval. As you can see, we've got our main menu here. And what you can see here on the left side is we have this thing that kind of looks like a compass, in my opinion. I had a hard time trying to figure out like what this could actually look like. But you can see that you start in the center and you work your way outward with different like ambitions and things. And then you have your infinite eternal kingdom over here if you don't want to actually do like the ambition mode. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the beginning. Just kind of like ignore this over here. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, so with my first one I was kind of geeking out. But our current kingdom I named Lestan. So here we have a little summary, and it says everyone has to begin somewhere, and this first ambition of any monarch is to populate their kingdom. A kingdom full of buildings and Sims is just what a budding ruler needs. So why don't we actually hit go so we can actually get started. But I'm not gonna like fool you guys, I actually already created my monarch. So his name is Lord Killian, kind of sticking basic here. And as you can see over here on the left hand side over where my cursor is, oops, we have like the well-being of the kingdom, the security, the culture, and the knowledge of the kingdom. And we have like 2 so far of each one, which puts us at neutral. So that's what the yellow means. But that will show you later when the needs and stuff actually change, as with any Sims. So the whole point of the New Beginnings ambition is to actually, as we kind of mentioned in the summary, is to create buildings. So over here you have like your rankings and like your medals to see how well you're doing. So if you actually click on this piece, not this one, this one, and it'll say what you can kind of aim for. Currently we have 0 buildings placed right here, but you have your medals here to show you how well you're doing. So it's a village if you've placed 6 buildings in one kingdom, it's a settlement if you placed 8, it's a castle if you've placed 11, and then it's a keep if you placed 13 buildings. Then we have like bronze and silver, gold, and premium, platinum. So what we're going to aim for is platinum, so hopefully we can get there. This one is easy, super simple. I got platinum in the last one that I did, but the very first time I played Sims, which I completely deleted that kingdom because it was just a failure completely. I think I ended up ending with silver because I really didn't know what I was doing. So as you can see, we've got our throne room here, where our monarch lives, and the royal treasury has 1,000 simoleons. And then as you can see, looking around our kingdom, we have a boat, so that's good, at least we have a boat. And we've got a little well for water, because who doesn't need water to survive? Out here there's the village shops, which we'll have to go to a couple times. I think in the first one we'll have to go there a few times. Then, of course, we have the Judgment Zone, which, this is fun. If you've never actually played Sims Medieval, it's really interesting. Instead of actually, like, hanging your Sims like they used to do in medieval times, there's actually a monster in here. And actually, I've never noticed, but there's actually a skull right here in the rock of the Judgment Zone. Holy crap. And then we have our graveyard and a cave here, so, you know, Sims are gonna die, so we're gonna need to put them in the graveyard. And then we have the forest. I think later on it actually gets renamed into being the Royal Forest. So, where you have these little red dots, little buttons here, this is where we'll actually place our buildings. So any of the red ones are the buildings that we'll need to place. So there's like 3 over here that we'll need to place, and then of course this, we need a mill. But yeah, so let's get started with the very first one. Let's decide what we're going to do. We have quests over here, we've got achievements, and then we have a territory map, which in the first one we won't really have to worry about the territory map, but I'll just show you real quick what this looks like. So you have Lestan here, which is your kingdom. Your kingdom will always be here. And then you have your 2 allies, which are Tredeny and Crafthole. And their little symbols kind of show you what they're about. Tredeny is like, it has an image here of like gold coins, which they're big into trading. It's kind of like this central hub of everything money. And then of course you have Crafthole, which it's all about crafting. Everything they do is they make things. They're like our DIY center. So anyway, let's leave that alone. And then of course you have your achievements, which you can look at, but that doesn't really have anything to do with what you're doing other than with your watcher's achievement level. Currently I'm at casual observer because I haven't really done any, because I haven't really focused on it. And now is not the time to focus on it. But, so now we're going to do our quests. Hopefully in this series I can get at least to every quest at least once. When you start a new kingdom, when this is over, all of your quests restart with each section. So I'm actually going to hopefully be able to skip some of these quests, like the first step. This is the only time I'm going to be doing the first steps. The next time we play with the next kingdom, I'll try to skip this one because it's only there for the very first time, otherwise it kind of disappears. And then I'll just go on to one of these other ones. Currently we have 6. We have 6 of them so far, so then we're gonna focus on these 6 for these first 6 videos, hopefully, if they're still there. And I'll kind of show you how this works. So with every new kingdom, you have a set quest points of 50. You have to achieve the goal of the whole ambition within your 50 quest points. I've not seen a ambition mode that doesn't start you off with 50. So obviously, oh no, excuse me, the first steps expires in 2 quests. So first steps cost you 1 quest point, so after this we'll have 49, which isn't a big deal. But let's read the summary of first steps. So, the dust has finally settled on the construction of a grand throne room. The seeds of a glorious new kingdom has been planted, and soon a civilization would grow and cover the land for miles in all directions. The only thing Lestan needs now was a ruler, someone wise and powerful who could unite people under the kingdom's cause. So let's get going. Let's see how Lord Killian does. If you build it, that's the quest. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 here that you can choose different things, and it just changes your party requirements, like how much RP you get, and then how many simoleons and XP you get from it. So the summary of this one is: building a kingdom from the ground up was no simple task. Whoever took on this incredible mission would need to secure resources, hire a staff, control the burgeoning populace, and beat back the criminal element. Couldn't figure out how to say that word. Oh well, here we go. They will come, is what Lord Killian says. Let's go. My throne room is finally complete. The builders have been working hard, and the fruits of their labor are evident. I should prepare to meet with Buildmaster Ivan. A quick jaunt upstairs to the mirror should suffice. Alright, so I'm going to pause here because, yeah. I'm going to try and read all of the little notifications that are over here. But if I don't get to all of them, I'm going to apologize now. This is the most reading out loud I think I've done since probably my first year of college. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to actually show you what this stuff is over here. So you have obviously your sim. You can click on him here. Everything's, you can see him and how he's kind of feeling at the moment from here. As with all sims, you can kind of see. You can hit follow my sim and actually closely follow your sim wherever he goes, so you don't have to actually find him later, which of course you can always just double click and on the image and it'll pull you right to him. Then you can go to Eye of the Watcher, which actually pulls you back from everything so that you don't have to be up close inside the buildings, which it pulls you out to what we were viewing when we did the previous, like when we were choosing our quests and I was showing you like the achievements and stuff. And then you can actually view what's going on around here. When I play by myself and I'm not recording, I normally am in this view because I don't actually, in the beginning when I'm doing new like quests over again, I don't really care because I've seen this happen multiple times. So, but here's our kingdom in full color, because I know it was kind of in sepia before. But, so, we're going to go back in. This is the locations, which shows you, like, where you can go, like, quickly. So you can, like, quickly go to the forest, and it pulls you over to the forest itself. And if you kind of scroll out, you can click on this little eye here, which is the Eye of the Watcher, and it pulls you back to Eye of the Watcher view. So you don't have to always go here. But if you don't have, I use the scroll in my mouse. So if you don't have that, that's a really good tool. I actually don't ever use that. But, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the, oh, you can actually go to the throne room here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Lord Killian and we're going to chill here for a little bit. This is live mode, furnish mode, which you can actually change the throne room, which I started this fully furnished the way that it is, just because I didn't feel like creating my own throne room. I've actually never tried, other than like starting with the base and then moving stuff from there, like replacing these. So, alright, and this is kingdom mode, so like if you're done playing, you can actually go back to the sepia boring kingdom mode like this and go back to here. And then obviously you can save from here and see what you're doing here. Excuse me guys, I'm a little sick. It's the beginning of winter and my allergies are horrible. So, the first thing that he said was we're going to go guzzy ourselves up in the mirror. It says to use the floor navigation controls to find the mirror upstairs. So, it also gives you like hints and tips up there in the little box of where you need to go and what you need to do, which really helps. The reward for this is 10 XP, which is awesome. This is where you'll see like your focus meter. You need to keep your focus meter high so that this goes up. So the more focused you are, the more your quest performance will go up, and that'll be super important later when we go to the next couple kingdoms. You never want to stop, like, you never want to complete a quest in bronze. You get points, but the higher that your cup level is, the more points you get. So we're going to aim for platinum. If that doesn't happen, that's okay. You don't always need to be in platinum, but at least it starts you at silver. So you can either be like unfocused or focused, or right now since we're in the middle, we're at fair. You'll rack up like different moodlets, we're going to call them. You'll rack up different moodlets here to actually create either your focus or your unfocused. So this is your little meter. You can hide it or keep it open. I normally keep mine open. Right now our monarch level's at 1. That'll be fine. He's agnostic because we haven't actually built any type of mosques or churches or anything, but that'll change. So I chose some interesting like traits. You have to choose 2 positive traits and 1 negative trait. So what I chose for him is chivalrous, because what king shouldn't be chivalrous? I mean, I think our first kingdom should actually have a good monarch. And then he's adventurous as well, because I feel like we're going to be working with the monarch a lot, so that will actually help. He'll actually like to go on adventures in the forest and on his ships and stuff, so that'll actually help with our focus meter. Now, the downside is we had to pick 1 negative trait, and I chose hubris because I feel like monarchs are kind of full of themselves sometimes. But you know what? It's okay. It's better than some of the other ones that they had. So we'll see how this goes. Excuse me, guys. Alright, so let's actually go use the up and down meters to actually navigate this place. This is obviously the throne room. Over here we have like employee lounge, is that, if that's what you want to call it. And then over here we have like the tactical map and where you work with scribes and stuff. You will have 2 daily tasks that you have to do. If you don't do them, it actually gives you a negative moodlet. So we don't want that. So we'll do them. Alright, so let's go upstairs. I'll show you upstairs real quick. This is the bedroom. This is where your monarch sleeps. This is sometimes where he eats, but this is your kitchen. So the most important first step of this is to actually go out in the world and find things. Because of the fact that if your monarch just eats gruel, that also gives you like a kind of negative moodlet because it's like bland and gross. And of course this is a cask, so we can actually make drinks. Since this was made with the Sims 3, you have their little face that sits here, and it looks up, down, side to side. And this is where they eat. In here you have their bathtub, and the chamber pot, mirror, that's what we need. And then you have like their wardrobe so that you can change. But we probably won't need that right now. So let's actually click here and we'll actually guzzy up and we'll actually get into this now that I've finished with the long-winded part of explaining most things and actually start our adventure. Alright, let's go. Keep in mind, I really love the music with Sims Medieval. Just because it's so much fun. Whoops, ignore that.
Chablis.
Alright, so now, after we've finished, like, guzzing up, you see here that, like, our first moodlets have popped up. Perfect. Now I'm a little more focused. Staying focused will make it easier for me to complete any journeys in which I may find myself. Speaking of which, I should seek out Buildmaster Ivan of the Builders Guild, tongue twister, a powerful pillar of the community, and discuss the future of Leston. So, Ivan is like, he's pretty cool. He's always going to be the same person in every single kingdom. But, if you can see right here, after we guzzied up, since we're in a really good room with decorations like this and these, we actually get a decorations moodlet, which gives you 10 focus, and then we have attractive moodlet, which also gives you 10 focus. And it actually tells you how long these last. So these are infinite as long as, as long as you're inside this room. So as soon as you leave this room, if it's not well decorated, which the whole throne room is pretty much well decorated, as long as it's well decorated, you'll have this moodlet. And then this one is actually going good for 4 hours. All because we looked in a mirror for like maybe 10 sim minutes. And then slightly focus. This has no effect on your focus. This just tells you whether or not you have good focus or low focus. As you can see, this one's gray, which is basically tells you it doesn't count, and then these two are green. When he gets a negative moodlet, it'll be red like this little pause button here. So we'll see. So the next thing that we actually need to do is go find Guildmaster Ivan, which the next little thing, yep, there it is. Okay, so it says use the round yellow sim marker to find your builder. So over here, you can see as I'm moving this little marker that keeps moving around. That is where Buildmaster Ivan is. And if you don't want to actually go to him, you can just click on the little sim marker and you can be friendly, funny, home, whatever. But this is our little, this is our task right here, discuss the castle. But I'm actually going to right click on the little marker so that we can actually see Buildmaster Ivan, and this is normal. He's normally at the gambling table. So we're going to click on him and we're actually going to discuss the castle. In Sims Medieval, your Sims do have the ability to do whatever they want. So it's always good to keep a good eye on these guys.
Varchesik. Tem Yabamilso Elogrim Drelf.
Yoketh. Vusum Minusin.
Alrighty. So the throne room's all done, my lord. We'll need more resources to begin the next building in the kingdom. Wood, stone, and supplies will cover it. Alright, so I have a feeling we're going to have to go to the forest for this one. Probably the villages, and we'll see where else we gotta go. I do enjoy getting my hands dirty once in a while for the betterment of my kingdom. I should make my way to the forest and collect the necessary wood. I love their voices. Alright, so the next thing that we have to do is we're going to go to the forest. See, I told you. I had a feeling we had to go to the forest. So remember when I was like, yeah, you can totally go to the locations over here and just click forest? I'm actually going to do that because I don't actually do that often. Like I said, I normally stick in watcher mode so that I can look above everything. But, so this is the forest, but this is just to a go-to location. We can actually skip that step and actually click on the forest itself. We can either go on an adventure. Is that what we need to do? Oh, it's to go to the forest. So I guess we gotta go to this location. Sometimes you can just skip that step so you don't have to go to the location. But I guess it's making us so that we know where things are. I'm going to try not to cough as much during this whole recording, since it is my first recording. I'm going to go see what Lord Killian's doing. Of course, you can speed things up or slow things down, as with anyone. This one is actually interesting. This one is ultra speed through current action, so we're actually going to do that. There we go. Ah, the forest. Much adventure awaits me in these woods. The wildflowers here are especially beautiful. I should collect some. One never knows when wildflowers will come in handy. So, with any new person, you actually have to discover what things are. So, even if you've discovered them as the monarch, you'll have to rediscover them as, like, the squire or the knight and like the spy master, things like that. So we're gonna collect these because that's our next little thing. It pretty much tells you what's going on, which is pretty cool. As you can see, we're kind of like racking up our positive moodlets here. Alright, so Killian successfully collected 2 wildflowers and 3 grass weeds. There are all kinds of plants one can pick across the kingdom. I believe wizards, physicians, and spies use plants to make medicines and potions. That's important because they do. And it's actually very important and time consuming. Alright, so, as you can see here, we have a minus 10 focus. He is blinded by his hubris, from his fatal flaw. So, that's okay, because at least we have these other 3 moodlets. We have Intrigued, we have Herbalist, and then we have Attractive. So, Herbalist actually gives us a plus 15 bonus, which is actually pretty cool. Intrigued gives us a plus 10, and then of course Attractive, which lasts for 2 more hours, gives us 10. So we have 2, and 1 more hour. So before these leave, we're gonna need to add another positive moodlet, because otherwise we're gonna go in the negative. So let's see what we can do. I'm actually going to discover these. Well, well, a victim has come to visit my forest. You'd better hand over your money if you know what's good for you. Pause, because they go away quickly if you don't read them. A bandit dares to threaten my kingdom? My trustworthy sword can bring this brigand to justice. Killian has discovered more wildflowers. Cool. Awesome for Killian. But we're going to actually beat this guy up because, you know, that's what we do. So for this, you're going to actually want to go to Monarch. Let's see. Oh no, excuse me. We're going to just challenge him to a duel. Which is this one.
Vanton Grunig. Vartonev.
Think you can beat me? We'll see about that.
Kaur.
Pause! Okay, so health and stamina. The bandit obviously doesn't have much stamina, but we're at full health and full stamina. He's at full health. Stamina means how much you can actually do. As you become further and further on your monarch thing, you can like do different things like balance stance and onslaught, things like that, which will take up more stamina, but will leave you open to like shots and things like that. So, but for right now, we don't have to worry about that. We're just gonna see them fight.
Ul.
Well, that was dramatic. I don't know, I think if I got stabbed, I think I'd be dramatic too. So, his health is going down. We're doing pretty good, but our stamina is going down. How is he still walking after that? He doesn't have any armor. Did you see that little 15 pop up there? We get XP from battling people, so that's pretty cool. That's beyond the points from the quest when we complete it. And our little monarch thing is going up down here.
Gorik.
Toperiga.
Erika.
Vindvolley! Vindvolley!
Triumph! Bandits could really become a problem in Lestan. But a knight or spy could curb that. Now I can collect wood in peace. So he's kind of like walking off because we just kicked his butt. So let's see what else we can do. I'm actually going to change him out of this because otherwise he's going to stay in this for like the whole thing. So we're actually going to change him into his normal kingly garb. Collect wood, because that's what we need to do next. Now, if you ever need like positive moodlets, oh, interesting, real quick. That from Victorious is going to last us for 11 hours, so we don't actually have to worry about much. Fatigued is actually going to last for 3, but this one is plus 15 focus, so it'll actually balance out these. It'll balance out this one. You remember, like, that was negative 10, like, just before we fought? Anyway, it'll balance out this one. But I'm sure once we get the wood, it'll be better. We'll have more positive moodlets. And then maybe we'll see a crisis before the end of this, like a negative flaw. And then that way we can actually show you what to do in those instances where like we have negative focus and we need to build it up so that we don't lose progress over here. Anyway, there was always adventure waiting to be found in the forest. The wood was collected and the kingdom would soon prosper from it. Alright, this wood would be perfect for the kingdom's next build project. The builder will also need stone. I can mine some in the cave by the graveyard. Oops. Alrighty, watcher it is. Alright, so I showed you where the cave was before. It was over here by the graveyard. So we're actually gonna go to this location like we did before and follow our little king here. Our lordling, Killian. My lord, can I have a word, please? It's about my work here. Well, they weren't there a second ago. There's dead people. Okay. He thought that was funny. Alright, so we're going to talk to this guy and figure out what he needs. Well, my lord, I was just wondering if you would consider building a church here in the kingdom. It seems unceremonious to bury these people without a proper rite from a Jacobon or a Peterin priest. Thank you, my lord. Alrighty, so this is one thing that I like about The Sims Medieval, is it actually made up their own, like, religions. It was pretty cool. Alrighty, so an interesting proposition. There are many things to consider when I choose what to build next. On that note, we need that stone. Oh, we're too negative. So the thing is we need to actually discover some things. Oh, that's the monster. So he's going to actually discover that. We're going to real quick. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my Alexa talking to me. I didn't mean to actually bother her. She's probably going to say something else now too, because I said her name. I don't know where the river is. Where's the river? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're actually going to go here and we're actually going to fish. So during these times when you need to like build your positive like focus, it'll give this time to actually go up more. So you don't want to finish your quest as quickly as possible, because as soon as you finish your quest, this will actually stop. Like, it's not good. So right now we're actually decreasing slowly. If you can see over here, there's a tiny little red dot, but he's not so focused. So we're gonna actually try and go over here and go on an adventure, because that's gonna be something that makes him happy. Still negative. Oh, He's really blinded by his hubris. Now it's minus 35. So I wasn't expecting this hubris fatal flaw to actually cost so much for like our focus and stuff. Hopefully I can actually get this up far enough so that our progress goes up instead of down. Okay. As you go into like the forest and like village and stuff like that and on the boat, you have these little questions that you can either like decide, kind of like a choose your own adventure, which is pretty cool. I really like this addition into this the game. So Lord Killian was wandering through the forest when he heard some chanting and drumming in the distance. Making his way stealthily through the brush, he spied a throng of tall navy blue elves dancing around a glowing white tree. So we have two options, as with any choose your adventure, but luckily we don't have to flip through the pages of the book. I don't know if I'm the only one that remembers choose your own adventure, but if you remember choose your own adventure, just leave a comment in the in down below, and we'll see like how many people actually remember choose your own adventure books. I think I still have one about like space. I could never have a good ending though, which kind of bummed me out. But this one, we have two choices. Spy on them. It was incredible luck. The navy blue elves were the most elusive and skittish of all elves. Witnessing one of their religious ceremonies was unheard of. If Lord Killian hid in the bushes, he might see what would happen next. Perhaps they would even have leave some artifacts behind. Or we can chop down the tree. It was a crystal blanc tree. If the old stories were correct, they only grew in dry alkaline soils filled with mithril and magic crystals. If Lord Killian were to chop it down, he could claim the treasure. So, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm quite a nature lover, so chopping it down kind of like hurts me inside. Especially if it's like elves and stuff, because, fantasy's awesome. So we're actually just going to spy on them and hopefully they'll leave something behind. Alright, so Lord Killian crept forward and observed the blue elves' sacred ceremony around the glowing tree. After singing prayers to the spirits and their ancestors, they departed in silence, and the tree grew dim. Still enchanted by the sylvan scene, Killian walked forward and hugged the tree goodbye and then turned to leave, but stubbed his toe on a small, heavy stone. "Mana stones!" he exclaimed, and quickly gathered up a few. So now we have received 50 XP from that. Holy crap. And then we received the Captivated buff and 3 mana stones, which I haven't found a use for mana stones other than selling them at the shops, which they give you a good amount of gold for. But right now, gold. Simoleons. Excuse me. Right now we still have 1,000 simoleons, which we probably won't spend that much in this first adventure, but we'll see. So he's going to pop out of the forest. Oh, look, we got another choose your own adventure. Lord Killian was walking through the forest when he looked to the side and saw an injured little pink pixie, frantically buzzing in a dusty circle with a stuck wing. So you can either help her or catch her. If you help her, the poor little pixie, she just needed a little help so she could fly away. Maybe if Lord Killian was kind, the tiny creature would reward him with a little something special, if he was careful not to crush her tiny little body. Or we could catch her. Lord Killian now had exactly one mission in life, to catch the pink little pest. He would have to grab her quickly before she escaped. Live pixies were worth a small fortune. So, aren't pixies the ones that, like, are super devious and, like, they kind of are For lack of a better word and to keep in, like, not cursing, we'll call them butt muffins. They're tiny little butt muffins. Um, so I feel like if we help her, she's gonna, like, end up not appreciating the fact that we just helped her. But if we catch her, it might prove to be just as negative because she's a pixie, and I don't know if anybody remembers the pixies from, like, Harry Potter, the Cornish pixies, the blue ones. Um, they were little butt nuggets too, and their teeth look sharp. I say we'll help her. Let's help her. Lord Killian started reaching towards the scared little pixie as gently as possible, but this just terrified the winged creature even more. It furiously buzzed and bounced down the road and tripped, squeaked into a small stream where it was quickly washed away, its fate unknown. Oops. I'm with you, Killian. Oops, we tried. But we received 25 XP for that. Oh, Killian, where are you? Okay, so underneath the canopy of the forest, Lord Killian found adventure. It was a worthwhile trip and an exciting outing. Cool. Alright, well, he's captivated, he's victorious, what a great adventure, cool. We're still not up. Oh, we're hungry, that's why. Alright, so luckily we actually got some stuff. Like, we got a fish, we've got an eel. So let's go back. Oh, and we also have seeds. So let's go back to the throne room, and we're actually going to make some food, and hopefully it'll taste good enough to satisfy him and give us a positive moodlet. Yeah, that was it. Alright, so we're actually going to make some trench soup, because we got 2 of those. Aha! We're positive! Holy crap, look at that! Alright, so let's eat. And then... Ah, here it is. Okay, hungry and energy. I couldn't remember where they were. We're actually going to have him sleep. It's 10:30. He can sleep. We're actually going to speed through that, and I'll see you guys when he's done sleeping. Okay, guys, so we're back, and he's done sleeping. As you can see, like, the lights are back on, and it's 6 a.m. Holy crap, that is early. I don't even wake up that early, but then again, I don't go to sleep until, like, 1 a.m. anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to real quick feed him again. The positive moodlet from his food went down. Obviously, this went down, but the negative moodlets are gone, too, and his hubris is under control. Come on, Killian, don't kill us here. Killian, kill us. Okay, sorry. So we're actually going to feed him. So we're actually going to make more food. We're going to do trench again, because apparently he really liked that. No, eat the food. Don't just sit it there. Eat it. Alright, so now we're going to actually throw him in the tub, take a bath. We're going to do this every morning just so that he has a lot of good positive moodlets to start the day off with. We're going to guzzy up in the mirror. We're going to use the chamber pot. And then we're going to go over here and warm our hands. And then from there, we'll see what we can do. We still don't have any of these. We're still off the hook as far as our positive things. our daily, what are they called? Daily tasks. I lost track of my train of thought because Ivan just came out of the middle of nowhere. I was like, hey. So it's super important to actually talk to people so that you can build a relationship, because some of your tasks as a monarch actually require you to ask people things. And if you don't have like a good relationship with them, they won't actually answer you. So we're just gonna do this. As you can see, we are still acquaintances. Okay, now we're friends. Alright, so we have a really good moodlet going on here, and we're almost out of silver. We're almost in gold. So if we can get all the way through gold before the end of this quest, will be fantastic, because we'll have platinum. We're actually going to leave the throne room, and we're actually going to go and collect some stone now. Reposition our screen. Alright, so Killian collected stones while venturing deep into the endless network of tunnels. Eventually, he climbed down a sheer drop into a dark abyss. At the bottom, Killian reached an underground lake. He stumbled over a small chest sitting in a puddle. What should Killian do? Should we open it or not open it? So risk opening the mysterious chest that just happened to be sitting in a puddle in the depths of a cave, or a mysterious chest in dark, dangerous places seem to hold bad things a lot of the time. Perhaps it was best just to leave this place in one piece. I'm gonna open it. I say we open it. It's probably gonna be something good. Oh, we received 125 simoleons. Cool. Killian opened the lid and found a small bounty of wet coins inside. It paid to be adventurous. I mean, yeah, he's adventurous. That should be enough stone for the builder. I should stop by the village shop next, as I may need some supplies. Didn't I say we had to go to the shops? I knew it. So this one you'll actually have to click and actually view the watcher in order to actually reach the village shops. So you can either patrol the road or to either Craft Hole or Trinity. I can't remember, but you can either patrol the road to one of those from here, and the other one you can actually patrol from the forest. But right now we're actually just going to go to the village shops and we'll see what we can get there. And we'll leave, we'll be brought up here. Oh, see what I said? I'm not really good at reading those things. Hopefully that'll still be there by the time that we get back. So we're going to need to buy some stuff here, but we can also sell from here. Each mana stone is worth 130, so that's good. So we can either buy meat, which is actually pretty interesting. So we'll buy a couple of these. And then we'll buy a fish and some cheese. We're going to actually waste a lot of money here because it's important to have these things. That way you can actually make more than one dish. You know how we had to make a couple dishes, one last night and then one today? But if you buy these things like onions and turnips and stuff, you can actually make like stews and stuff where you'll have more than one dish. Potatoes, because who doesn't love potatoes? And I think we'll stick with that. So we'll buy that. That'll leave us with 650. We'll leave that alone. Oh no, it's gone. Darn. A stalking man approached Killian, then bowed. I have heard word of your arrival, and in your honor have prepared 2 gifts to help you build your kingdom. However, I shall only give you one of them. The gift you receive depends on your answer to this question. What virtue would you rather bring to Listan? Would you rather bring power or safety? As I build my kingdom, I will value safety of my people over our offensive strength. My people are my heart. Or, the fierce strength of a kingdom is of utmost importance. A kingdom with no power is no kingdom at all. I feel like I always choose safety. I'm a really positive person. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So, I think for this time, we'll actually choose safety. And then we'll do it again. Maybe I'll do a video later when we do another kingdom, when we start over to the next kingdom. And I'll actually choose power. But somebody will have to remind me of that. Maybe I'll write a note. We'll see. The man nodded. Very good, Your Highness. You are wise indeed. Then I present you with the gift of resilience, the monarch's armor of fortitude. It is not the best armor, but let it symbolize your goals as you build Listan into a great, bustling kingdom. Received monarch's armor of fortitude. I suppose maybe the other one is that you get a sword, like a better sword, because the sword that we have right now isn't the best. So hopefully the other one's just a sword, which swords are actually pretty cheap. It's better than buying armor. Armor's super expensive, which makes sense. Anyway, so we just went to the village shops. What do we have to do next? Check safety of Megan. Where's Megan? King, help, please! Oh, I guess that's Megan. Let's go find Megan. Megan, what's wrong? What's wrong with you, Megan?
Ko Selmash. Novet Suavent.
There's a woman in the town square. She pushed me into the mud and called me names. This can't happen in Listan. Wow. A bully in my kingdom? I don't think so. Really? She's complaining about being pushed in the mud. I mean, I'd complain if somebody pushed me in the mud, too. I guess it's considered assault. There's a crier. Do you hear them? Where are they? Oh, well, I guess we should actually pay attention to what we're supposed to be paying attention to. That must be her. I will not accept bullying in Listan. Sometime in the stocks, we'll teach this bully to think before she acts. I mean, I think that's a pretty good... It's better than being sent to the pit.
Warufa to Nefa.
Ooh, where's the constable? He's pretty cool. The constable comes out of here. Where's the constable? Oh, crap. Things. The constable is on his way to arrest Aurelia. Oh, I did it. I said it right. Aurelia. Well, what? I was just messing around. Hey! Ah, it's good to be king. There's his hubris. Everyone has their own way of going about these problems, though. I wonder how a wizard or a physician would have handled that bully. I don't think it would have ended as easy as being put in the stocks if it was a wizard. And being a physician, I don't know if they could have done anything. Maybe they would have put her to sleep. Either way, I don't think it would have ended very good for Aurelia. Alrighty, so go to the Judgment Zone. So as I showed you before, this is the Judgment Zone. So we'll go here. Oh, there's the crier. Yo, that's the beast. Did you see it? Did you see the thing? The thing there? Do you see that? You never actually see the beast, but that's definitely his mouth. And that's kind of scary. I've actually never zoomed in on him before. Anyway, now to shame the bully. That'll make her think twice before messing with my townspeople.
Bruxelles. La Rome.
Okay, a lot just happened. Yeah, so throw an egg at Aurelia. So we're gonna throw an egg. You can also throw like a tomato, which is pretty cool, or release them. But I think that only you as the monarch can do that without getting thrown in the stocks yourself. Well, she's angry. Miffed. I like that word. She's miffed. Ah, it's good to be king. My lord, thank you for responding to my plea for help. For your great kindness, I pledge to be your loyal servant from this day forward. I will await you in the throne room. Ah. You know what? I think later on she actually becomes like one of our maids or something. So we're gonna go to the throne room. He's getting sleepy, isn't he? And we're kind of getting low on what we're doing here, like our positive buffs. So we're actually going to speed up this process, and we're actually going to get some positive buffs so that we get through gold pretty quickly, because I think we're getting towards the end of this, and we want to make sure that we don't end with just a gold. We want platinum, because we always gotta aim high. Always aim high. Alright. I, a traveling merchant, bring my luscious and succulent goods for your perusal. Please approach me for the most consummate service of my trade. Not to risk a modest discourse, but the sign of a practiced bard is not only the melodious poetry of his musical compositions, but also stalwart physique and his commitment to his craft. Well, hello, good looking. It would seem a few visitors have arrived while I was out. I do believe I see a visitor who catches my eye. So, this little thing, we gotta make a decision. So, let's see what we got here. Click to make a choice. I will entice minstrel Oberon, the rugged, handsome bard, or I will woo trader Olwyn, the beautiful and elegant merchant. I normally always choose a minstrel, but I think I'm just, because who doesn't like a minstrel just hanging around the throne room? I think that's pretty cool. But I think I'm going to actually do the merchant for once, because I've never actually done the merchant. We'll see. Alrighty, so we have to give her a flower. Alright. Pause. We're actually going to take care of our monarch. Poor monarch. He just gets, abused sometimes. Gotta make him happy. Actually brew some drinks. We'll feed him later. I've never been able to resist a woman who knows her way around gold, and I presume she would be able to resist this wild flower I picked earlier. She won't. She won't be able to resist this wildflower I picked earlier. Alright, well, hopefully she won't be able to resist the wildflower. It's a good thing we picked those. We don't need to see him pee. Alright, so we can make ale, barley ale, wheat ale. Wheat beer or wine. We can't do any of these yet because we don't have gems. And we don't have enough blood moss, so we can't make a Bloody Moss Mary. We don't have enough apples. Don't have enough honey or any of that stuff. So, let's go with barley ale. I feel like that's a good choice. Those things just tell you what is going on and how to handle those. We're going to get him a little tipsy because that adds a good moodlet. But if you do too much, you'll actually give them a negative moodlet, and then that'll stick with you for a while because then he gets a hangover in the morning, which is kind of bad. Alright, let's go downstairs and actually mess with this lady. Let's give her... Ah, see what I was talking about earlier where you have to have a good relationship? So we're actually going to talk to her for a little bit.
You can't.
Whoa, Brit.
Musical preferences. We're going to ask about her religion, chat with her for a bit.
Oh.
La Queen.
Ah.
Halprin.
Ah.
Now we can give her a flower. Carolina the Executioner is secretly practicing dark magic, and I know it. Oh man. Why, thank you. I have traded many flowers in my lifetime, but none as beautiful as this. You are most kind and most enticing, King. Ah, the early blossoms of love. I can't wait to see the other beautiful travelers that will come to Lestan. Perhaps I could even start a family with one of them. But for now, I should deliver the resources to Master Ivan. To build Master Ivan. Let's deliver these resources, and then we're going to head to bed. These look great, Your Highness. Give me some time to take inventory, and I'll make sure we have enough resources for the next building you wish for. Looks like I have some time to myself. I can get to know my townspeople, explore my kingdom, or just relax. Or, being king, I can tackle my many daily responsibilities. In fact, at any time during a quest, I can take a break from the quest tasks and do whatever I want. There are no consequences as long as my focus is high, unless I spend an entire day ignoring my quests. So he's getting a little peckish, so we'll actually have to deal with that. But we're going to have to pass an edict, and we're going to have to hunt and kill a great bear, which, you know, we'll just head to the forest and handle that. But first, we're actually going to handle him, because it's almost 9 o'clock, and I'm sure he'd like to eat something more than just dinner. So we're going to make some food. Actually, I'm going to go into build furnish mode, and I'm going to see if we can get a logger, because if we can get a logger, sorry, a logger, that's a beer, a larder. If we can get a larder, then we can actually store the food. I just don't remember where it actually goes. Oh, domestic. Here it is. Wooden larder. Alright, here we go. I never buy this one. I always buy this one because it's just better. I'm not sorry about that. It fits better than that wooden one. Anyway, back to live mode. That way, when we're done, we can actually store the food. Yeah, we're going to make some food. Let's go. So, see what I was talking about? We can make stew now. Onions, eggs, cabbage, that's what it calls for. So we'll make an eel stew since we have an eel. And he'll put that stuff down. He'll grab a bowl. And then we'll just drag it and drop it. Or we'll have him put it away, so... we have to put it in the inventory first. And then we can drag it from our inventory. But the whole household's gonna eat first. Alright, we're gonna actually reach into our inventory, grab this, and put it in the larder. He's gonna go to sleep too, because it's now 10 o'clock, which is about the time that we went to bed last night. And I'll see you in the morning. Alright, so we're back, guys, and in the middle of the night, he had this little thought dream thing that came out. Responsibilities are key to my rule. Performing them will keep me focused, and staying focused means I get more critical resources to build my kingdom. I need an advisor to help keep my responsibilities in order. I'll write a letter of hire and send it off immediately. So now that our king is awake, we're actually going to repeat what we did last night, and we're gonna, or yesterday morning, and we're gonna use the bathroom. We're gonna guzzy up, and we're gonna take a bath. We can get a drink
Fanta.
and go in the larder and actually get some of that stew that we made last night. And then we'll be able to actually do these. We have 5 hours left of this one and then 6 hours left of this one. So we'll probably handle the edict first, which is a little in depth, but for now it doesn't really matter what we do. As far as the edict, we just need to pass it, which isn't a big deal. But as we get later into the game, we'll actually have to pay more attention to it. Not for this kingdom, though. So, we'll handle that later. Just guzzying up now. Getting a drink. And opening the larder so that we can get some... I didn't mean to do that. So we can grab a bowl and get some food. He'll stand there until you actually hit close, which is actually bags as a waste of time, because now we're down to 3 hours for the edict. So yeah, we definitely need to pass that edict first. So he'll eat. And then, as you can see, overnight, our gold level has actually risen a lot because we went to bed with such a high focus level, which is really good. So this is where we'll need to go to actually pass the edict, which it'll tell you here that we actually need... Sorry, that's not it. It'll say here that you need to go to the tactical map. So we'll go here and propose an edict. The edict takes about 2 hours if you don't call for an early vote, which doesn't actually harm anything. So it looks like the edict actually benefits Craft Hole for both of them, and then it actually does not... It makes your ally, like, level with Tredony actually go down. So it doesn't really matter which one we choose, but I'll read them to you anyway. Either you can transfer revenue from Tredonian taxes to programs that support underprivileged mud pushers in Craft Hole, or tax Tredonians gem exports to help relieve the mushroom crisis in Craft Hole. So I feel like I'm going to actually help underprivileged mud pushers in Craft Hole. So we're going to propose this one, and we're actually going to go. Now, we probably won't actually vote on that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to monitor the edict support. We need to pass this edict. So whatever one has the most votes, we're actually going to vote for that one, because if you don't pass this one, it actually negatively affects all of your relationships around the kingdom. So your relationship with Craft Hole and your relationship with Tredony and builders and the people and other places will be negatively affected. So this one we have to pass so that we don't have to do another one. Alright, so it looks like this one is having the most support. Now, your vote only counts for 1, but when you get to Monarch level 10, it actually counts for 2, which is really cool. So this one is additional guards will be sent to the village on market days to help prevent stealing and mugging, which isn't bad. I think this is actually a good one to vote for, so we'll vote for that one. So it'll be the middle one, so additional guards sent to the village. So now we're going to call for a vote so that we don't have to wait for that, the 2 hours. So obviously it's the village. We have a really good relationship with our village. Kind of like a half, kind of okay relationship with Craft Hole. And then that would actually be really bad. But the Builders Guild we're actually pretty good with as well. But we're going to vote for the village just because. Alright, we passed it. Cool. Alright, so that's one done. And that actually, sometimes it gives you a positive moodlet. We have a bunch of positive moodlets here. But now we're going to go kill and hunt a boar. So that we're going to have to go over to the forest. And since we're so focused, you can see here that like the things that require high focus actually have like the up arrows and they're green. So we're actually going to do these ones. Alrighty, so that's done. Awesome, another one cleared. Killian tracked down a large black forest bear to its feeding ground. Surprising the animal, he dispatched the furry honey lover to a single blow, carved out 4 choice chunks of meat to take home. So he just left the rest in the forest. Oh, Killian, what are you doing? I mean, he could have at least took his head or something. We could have put it on a wall. You remember earlier when I said I'm a lover, not a fighter? Yeah. Never waste. Don't waste the parts of the bear. If you gotta kill it for meat, I mean, at least keep every part of it. Jeez. Alright, so what are we doing next? We need to write a letter of hire. So that happened over when we were sleeping. We're gonna actually write a letter of hire so that we can get an advisor. So we'll see. Somebody's fighting. Sending this off to the messenger post will guarantee me an advisor in no time. So this is a messenger post. We're actually just going to send the letter off. I expect my new advisor should show up soon. Once he arrives, I will ask him for his first piece of advice for the kingdom. So, our advisor arrived. Crazily, he came out of this door, which doesn't make sense. We're going to ask for advice. Shouldn't he come from outside the castle? My lord, to be honest, this throne room is a bit lacking. You need to furnish it better if you are going to impress any foreign leaders or professionals. You'll need some moles to purchase items, so I'm adding to your fund. Usually, you will make some moles each day from taxes or by selling resources that you collect. Oh, he just gave us 200 bucks. 200 simoles. So what do we need to do? We just need to buy something. I wonder if I can actually get rid or change our... What is this called? This thing. Throne. That's what it's called. But I need to figure out where the rooms are. These are just tables. That's desks. Here we go. If I sell you, I only get 300. But I feel like he's wearing blue. He should have like a blue throne at least. Rex Imperator throne. We'll hold off on the throne. We'll, Magnum Mysterium. That's a song. Anyway, we'll buy something else. Let's see. What is this? Candle. Decor. I think we're gonna buy something super cheap so that we don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, we only have 200 simoles, so... Fences. What if we fenced off the throne? What if we just put a fence right here? Like, that would be interesting. Let's put a fence here. How much is each fence? Oh god, it's 65. Okay, so we'll only put a couple. We'll start off as just a few. And then they'll kind of meet in the center. Because we only have so much. So we'll leave it with that. And then we'll kind of work our way across as we get more money. Much better, my lord. I would even suggest an official proclamation that the throne room is open to diplomats from foreign lands. So let's write that royal document. From now on, when I do my routine in the morning, eat and guzzy up and stuff, I'll just skip that so that we can get right to work and you guys don't have to watch that every single morning. Alrighty, so declare throne room open. I feel like we should wait until this at least gets to platinum because I don't remember if it cuts off there or not. So we're going to go on an adventure. Maybe we'll do another choose your own adventure. That'll be fun. Adventures take a long time. Okay, here we go. Choose your own adventure. A bear reared up before Lord Killian, roaring menacingly, ready to attack. You can either run away or fight. Bears are not to be toyed with. Running really does seem like the best option. Rumor has it that running in a zigzag or downhill could help. I don't feel like that'll help. The bear may have claws, but Killian has a sword. The bear is going down. If the bear is going to attack me, I feel like I should fight back, but maybe we intruded on, like, its, like, home, where it's keeping its cubs. But I feel if we run away, it's gonna end up hurting us anyway. So let's just... let's run away. Oh yeah, so yeah, the bear was too fast, like I thought, and caught me. Caught Killian. Luckily, after it took a chunk out of his shoulder, it left him alone. Hopefully the bear wouldn't come back. Poor Killian. Alright, so now he's mauled. That's interesting. Underneath the canopy of the forest, Lord Killian found adventure. It was a worthwhile trip and an exciting outing. Well, at least it was exciting. I mean, you're missing a chunk out of your shoulder, but at least it was exciting. What? What? Alright, so now we kind of gotta waste a little bit of time. Not a lot, but a little bit. What should we do? Oh, let's go fishing. Because if we go fishing, he'll have more food to eat. So let's go fishing. Don't tell me there's no interactions. There's fish right there. Did I click that one? No. Alright, so... fish. And let's speed up this puppy so that we don't have to wait for him to get done. Caught an eel, so we can make more eel stew, even though we still have some in the larder. Caught another eel. A trout. Another eel. And it's 8 o'clock, so I think we're gonna go home. He's gonna eat and go to sleep, and then I'm gonna do my routine in the morning, and then I'll meet you back here. Well, not back here. I'll meet you back here. How about that? Alright, see you guys then.
Shimsolas.
Alright guys, so we're back here. And we're gonna see what happens when we propose that the throne room is open. So nothing really happened during the night, other than the fact that we went over to Platinum and made our way up pretty well. So now we're in Platinum, so now we can just finish the quest as fast as we possibly want to, or can. So let's declare the throne room open. How do I do that? Opening the throne, blah, 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 blah. Some special interactions are available by clicking on the selected sim. Oh, okay. I forgot how to do this. It's not a bad idea to consider opening more relations with our neighboring nations. I should take a peek in the tactical map before I continue to expand my own kingdom. So we're actually going to view our political situation, which we can actually do from here. We don't actually need to go to kingdom mode. So we're going to go to here and we're going to view our political situation. We're going to do that quickly. Alright, so now you can see what I told you about earlier, where you can view what's going on in our world, our tiny little world here. So we can see Tredany and how loyal they are. We can see Craftle and how loyal they are. But that's pretty much it. I can click here to write my own story, which is interesting, but I don't think we're going to do that right now. That would take up a little bit too much time than we have today. I think this is getting a little long anyway. As Lestan expands, so will the number of territories I explore. Speaking of expanding, I wonder if Buildmaster Ivan has finished taking care of the inventory of the resources. So we're going to just real quick click on that, discuss the future of the kingdom with Ivan. Why did it leave? Okay, there we go.
Fraffin, Slappin Chesnick.
What kind of pose is that? What was that? That must have to do with his adventure trait. Anyway, discuss this feature. Oh, so Ivan completely left us and didn't let us talk with him. What a jerk. Thanks, Ivan. There are enough resources here, and the builders are all ready. Only one question remains, my lord. What will you build, Highness? We did it, I think. I'm pretty sure we did it. Ah, we did it! Quest completed. Okay, yay! So, first off, a strong king has risen, but trying times were ahead and Killian's rule would be challenged more than he could possibly imagine. You completed the quest at platinum level. Absolutely amazing. So we received 10 RP for that. We also gained a little wisdom, a little knowledge from that, and Lord Killian is now at Monarch level 2, and he's actually really close to being level 3. So that's pretty cool. We also gained 1,000 simoleons for that. And now it throws us back into Sepia mode, and we're here. So we have 1 knowledge. So that means we have, quote, high knowledge. But that'll change very quickly. So, knowledge in the kingdom represents the general education level of the populace, encompassing comprehension and scholarly pursuits in diverse areas like medicine, lore, and mathematics. The knowledge of the kingdom is currently good enough that XP gain is slightly increased. Sims are occasionally inspired. So, inspired is a positive moodlet that we'll get now. Yay! So, we have 10 RP here. This just tells you a little bit about his new level. He can strategize and pass edicts that at the tactical map, which he could have already done to begin with, but now he can strategize. He can hold court on the throne. He can use a restful dance in combat, and now he can, his fighting proficiency has slightly increased. So, congratulations, Killian. You've now reached Monarch level 2. Awesome. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually choose something to build before we actually end this little video that we have here, my very first, and then we'll see what we can do from there. So we can either build the barracks, which will increase this, our security level 4, so it'll be like up to here then after that. Or we can build a wizard's tower, which will increase our knowledge to about the same. Or clinic, which increases our well-being, which is super important because currently infected Sims are roaming the kingdom. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what else we can build. We can build that. We can build a smithy, which increases our security and a little bit of our culture. A market, which increases a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of well-being. A tavern, 1 well-being, 2 culture, and 1 knowledge. Or we can give what our poor undertaker wanted and have a cathedral, a Jacobin cathedral, or a Peteran monastery. So with Peteran monastery, it gives us 3 culture and 1 knowledge, but with the Jacobin cathedral, it gives us security and culture. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with the Jacobin cathedral, and we're going to actually increase the capacity of our security and our culture. So we're going to do the furnished one, and that means that we're going to have to really quickly create a priest for this place. So I think since we have a male monarch, I think I'm gonna actually go and create a female quote priest because I think that would be funny. So let's real quick create a female priest. We can either have Fiona Stele, I don't know. Stele, doesn't that sound like what is it called? Shadowhunters, Stele, don't they? Isn't that how they pronounce it? Anyway, or we can use Jaren Malvaison. This is why I always create my own Jacobin priest, because I can never pronounce anything.
Barney's.
Oh, perfect, a female. Awesome. So where are we gonna name her? I think I'm gonna randomize this. Oh wait, that was a really good one. I kind of like that one. We're gonna name her Aurora. Is anybody seeing like a Disney theme here? I mean, unintentionally a Disney theme. I mean, Lestan sounds like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, and Killian, if anybody watches Once Upon a Time, Killian is Killian Jones's Captain Hook. So we're gonna name her Aurora after Sleeping Beauty. I'm pretty sure Aurora is the name of Sleeping Beauty. But now we need a last name.
Lamine Exitage.
I feel like this would be a good voice for a priest. Alright, so her skin tone. I think I'm gonna try and make this a very balanced place as far as skin tone and like how many male and female that we have. So I'm actually gonna make her a little darker. Yeah, I feel like she's gonna be darker. I'm gonna zoom in on her face a little bit. I'm gonna give her a little bit of blush, and we're gonna make her a little bit older because I feel like priests are older. I don't feel like they should be young. You know what? She's beautiful just the way she is. She is beautiful. She is flawless. Just make her eyes a little... Yeah, we'll keep them like that, like the chocolate brown. That's nice. And then I feel like if you're a priest, you don't wear makeup, so let's not give her makeup. I like this color, but I feel like... I feel like green suits her better. Let's go with green. All right. So this is our new sim. This is our Jacobin priestess. Her name is Aurora Glass. So here we go. Accept. We did it. Alright guys, thank you for joining me today on the very first Sims Medieval Let's Play. Again, my name is Starletta, Star for short. It'll be Star from now on, because saying Starletta is just a little bit much. But, this channel is Seriously Sims, and I hope you join me next time for the next quest that will be on. Leave a comment in the section down below, give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and just hit that little bell because you know you want notifications from me all the time.